Walter,
Hey Eric,
what's happening?
doing well, brother. Doing well.
Well, hey, I just want to say thank you very much for stopping on the channel and saying hi to my viewers.
My pleasure. It was a nice surprise for me when I saw your review about one of my designs, the pictures in this case. So thank you very much.
Hey, first off, I'd say give a quick little cheers.
Cheers.
So, all right, well, let's kick this off. I mean, the first thing is I want to bring my viewers and subscribers into your world a little bit. So I'm going to paint a little bit of a picture about your background, and feel free to chime in if I get anything incorrect here.
All right.
So this is Walter Matthews. You have a military background, so you were in the Chilean Marines,
Yes.
a SEER instructor, which stands for
Yes.
Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape. You run a survival and primitive skills school. You were a pioneer at the Pathfinder School
Yeah.
with David Canterbury, I assume.
Yes.
And you're a knife designer with Condor Tool and Knife.
Yes.
Not only that, but you're a host of a YouTube channel and social media channel, Walter Matthews Survival. And if I'm not mistaken, everybody can find you on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook.
Absolutely right.
Excellent.
Nice.
Well, that's great. So again, thank you. I appreciate you jumping on. I mean, there's no doubt that you have a very extensive background. And for everybody who's watching, I think a lot of us really enjoy getting into the outdoors. And something like survival can really connect. And it's one of those skills that, regardless of where you're going in the outdoors, having a sense of survival is always relevant. And I think that's just very important. So we have somebody here who not only can utilize some of those skills, but can translate that so that we can better understand it. So I'm hoping maybe we can all learn a little bit from you today.
I would love to.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so I've drafted a few questions here, and feel free to take this wherever you'd like it to go. The first thing is, describe how your military career has led to becoming a survival instructor and how it's formed your training philosophy.
All right. Well, as you well said, I served as a Chile Marine over 21 years, right? And I love my career. I actually missed the time I spent there. Yeah. And the reason I left the service was is because I stopped doing the things I love to do. I am the eternal rifle company commander. I will be in the field of the whole time, and everybody knows that when you are getting promoted, you will end your career behind the desk. And I didn't want to do that. So I knew that from the beginning, but I never say that because otherwise I wouldn't be able to achieve my goals in service,
Yeah.
So I had my plan to leave when I stopped doing things I liked. All right. I start getting into this survival. Of course, as a Marine, you got basic survival training. But honestly, we in the armed forces, and I have seen this conducting joint and combined operation all over the world. I mean, all over, but a huge part of the world. And I have met some other brothers from other branches in other countries. And I tell you, honestly, we armed forces, we have some skills in survival area, but not all the skills. That's the reason why I attend the Pathfinder School in 2015. Regardless, I start with this in 1999.
Wow.
Right? 1999. Because I realized we have a main focus, of course, due to the tactical situation, the tactical environment. You focus on evasion, resistance, escape. But our survival skills are more focused just on what I said. It's not primitive skills. It's not usual to meet a military guy with primitive skills. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of the situation, right? So on 1999, when I realized that, I start digging more and more into what is the basic survival is. Okay, so in 2015, after several years of being of having my school, actually, I decided to put myself under the test, and I went to Dave's school, all right,
Ah.
to attend pioneer level. Um, of course, my career led me to this survival because I like it. I like that. It was really interesting for me. So here I start training more than the rest, learning more than the rest, attending some classes and training by myself, different than the rest. Right? I wrote a smart book for service about survival. Right? And then I opened my school in 2005. Right? And keep getting different trainings, emergency preparedness training. I attend some classes in 2015 with the Nova Southeastern University here in Florida, specifically in the emergency and preparedness area. And you might know that in Chile we are really exposed to I mean, earthquakes and a lot of emergencies there. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's something that it's really important to know about. And yes, my career led me to this area. I became a SEER instructor in like 2008. You know? Regardless, I was training that before, but officially became a SEER instructor in 2008.
Nice. Oh, really cool. And you touched on it briefly, but again, your time at the Pathfinder School. Now, what does it exactly mean to be a pioneer? What does that really mean? And talk
Well,
about your relationship a little bit with David Canterbury.
right. Well, I like Dave a lot. He's a good friend. He's a good guy. He's a great instructor. Uh,
And also a
um,
military background.
yes, he has a military background too. Well, why I choose to go to Pathfinder School and no other school? Because on my research or making surveys about all this or research about all different kind of schools, you if you have some knowledge, you know which one is good one, which one is the real deal, right? So I choose the Pathfinder School, and regarding the level, which level I choose to attend, this is this is funny because by that time I was in service by the time, right? Actually, I was the second in command in the more uh, southern extreme position or unit in the Chilean Marines. It's right at the end of the continent in South Patagonia, right? So I left that place with the snow up here and and fly to Ohio
Right.
by April. I think it was summer or it was really, really hot, by the way.
Right.
So I was there in the extreme south of the earth. Yeah, right next. My house was in the Magellan Strait, right there. Okay, so I made my way flying all north to Atlanta and then to Columbus, Ohio. So I just had one chance. So checking some reviews about the classes and even some reviews from fellow brother Marines from the U.S. Marines who attended the class. They say, "All right, I am trained." They say, "I read that. I read that. I am trained on survival, and I attend this level pioneer, right, which is intermediate advanced class, and I barely approve." He said, and I was trained. So I strongly recommend every one of you to attend basic class first,
Oh,
and then
nice.
the second. But it wasn't an option for me. I was extreme south. It cost money to fly there.
Right.
Yeah, so I made a choice to say, all right, I will go for immediately to the intermediate advanced class, and hopefully I will do it right, you know. And it was a nice challenge. We were like 18 students, I think, and about nine graduated with the patch.
Oh wow.
And the good thing is, among those graduated, uh, I was the only one who didn't attend the basic.
Oh wow.
Seven of us were somewhere, I mean, something on the armed forces before,
Right.
and there were three that was repeating the training.
Oh.
You know, they didn't graduate the first time, so it was
Yeah.
a nice challenge and a great training. I love it. It got me really close to the side that we in the military don't handle too much, the primitive stuff. You know,
Yes.
that's
Awesome.
That's it at the pioneer level.
Oh, well, congratulations and nice job. Very cool. Yeah, I wasn't that familiar with the different levels, and that makes sense. So, again, the pioneer training being sort of that higher intermediate level, and
So
having
advanced,
graduated, so now you get that pioneer certification, huh?
yeah, and
Excellent.
then you have the advanced classes, a different one. Right?
Yep. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, okay. So that leads pretty well into my next question, which is so obviously you went into that with a whole bunch of training, but what about the person that's never had any training and they want to get into some sort of survival for the very first time? For somebody looking to learn about survival techniques, what's the first skill you would suggest that they learn?
Well, before that, I would suggest to look really deeply on the source of the knowledge.
Yep.
Currently, there are several survival gurus on the internet. So you have to be very careful, very choosy on who
What
your instructor is.
what are you say? Are you saying you're one of them?
Of course I am. I've been doing this
Nice.
for 20 years.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, of
So
course. Oh, I conduct classes. When I opened my school in 2005 in Chile, um, I put on my project two objectives, two visions. No, a vision in two parts. I mean, so the first part of my vision was to become a referral in my area, in my local area, because of the professionalism
yep.
of my people and my team. I only work with really skilled people, right? And we are all certificate instructor. We are not like, oh, I'm a YouTuber and I became a survival instructor. What? Okay,
Right. Right.
it's not the same to be able to reproduce a technique than be able to teach it properly. All my instructor and myself, we have survival training, survival skills, but also we are commanded or we are required, required to have uh, teaching, formal teaching classes of how to teach you properly, right?
And your school was the first in Chile?
The first one, yes. The first one,
Nice.
yes.
Ah, that's
So,
really neat.
so the second part of my vision was do it that professionalism in the area to get well known overseas, right? And I achieved that goal in 2016. I had a visitor in Chile, a former U.S. Army. He served 24 years in the U.S. Army. He's a ranger qualified. I like this about the United States. If they don't serve in a ranger regiment, they never say they were a ranger. But I know he is a ranger. You know, he's
Right.
ranger graduate, right? Ranger school graduate. And well, he knew about me. Do someone that met me in any operation I was involved when during the service, right? So he wrote me an email and say, oh, I live here in South Florida. It's a company, National Alert Security. It's a security company, and he told me, oh, it's really interesting what you do, blah, blah, blah. Someone told me that you are really skilled. And I said, yeah, okay. I replied to him. And he told me, like many others, I'll visit you in Chile. But guess what? He did.
Nice.
And made his way to Chile and spent 13 or 15 days there.
Wow.
And I gave him a basic class. And then he went back to the United States. And he wrote on his LinkedIn, never, even in the service, I had a survival instructor like this Chile Marine. Nice. It was so cool. And 2 months after that, invite me to come here and to extend my school. And I remember that was the second part of my vision. So I came here in 2017 and extended my school to this area. All right.
Nice.
Yes, that's why I'm here with that company, right? So yes, I had my school there. I am staying also here through this company, National Air Security, and we provide training on survival, mainly in this area, in South Florida. Okay, but anyway, we also have a mobile team we go and train you in the place you are.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Nice.
And back to your question, how do I recommend? Well, first, be very choosy, right? And second, do not run too fast. Go really from the basics. Everyone wants to fly, but they don't know how to walk. So right. First, really the basics. Don't be ashamed about that. No one of us was born knowing at all. Actually, I think I am a good example of that because I knew what I didn't know. That's why I looked for someone else to teach me about what I knew that I didn't know.
Well, right? that's an important skill, is self-evaluation and being real to yourself.
Absolutely.
And admitting what you don't know and seeking advice.
I tell you what, in Chile, I also trained the Chilean Naval Special Warfare Group. Okay, and they hire me. Yeah, I am already retired, to teach them because they know that I know what they don't know. You know?
Yeah.
Funny, you know? So
yeah.
I have been conducting training for the Chilean Naval Special Warfare Command for like 3 years so far.
Nice. Yeah. Ah, amazing. Nice. Well, congratulations on obviously seeing through your 2-part vision and your success. You know, I was thinking, I guess for me, as you know, and I'm a novice, you know, a weekend warrior. However, I do personally myself, I spend a ton of time in the wilderness, in the mountains. I go deep. And there's some real basic things that for me, I think is what allows me to do what I want to do safely and what I suggest to other people. And the basic things for me would be understanding navigation, situational awareness, you know, knowing your surroundings and what your exposure levels are, whether it's terrain or weather and the signs that you might be picking up. The ability to make shelter, firecraft, but something that for me has been really a big part of who I've become and my channel is basic knife skills and understanding that tool and respecting that tool and what that tool can do for you. So for me, really utilizing my tools and especially a knife has been something that's been a big part of who I am and what allows me to feel confident and safe while I'm out in the wilderness situations.
Yes, and also to be able to choose the right tool that you need. A lot of people ask me, they ask me all the time, which knife do you recommend? And say, what do you do? What is your main activity when you are going outdoors? And it happens the same with the kids. Have you seen this? This gear junkie people, they say, and they are all the time buying this kit and EDC and an emergency backpacks. And say, man, you need to choose the right gear for your main threats or whatever. It's
Yep.
not like some kit fits everything.
Yes. And I agree. I end up with a lot of gear through testing and reviews, but also because I want to be able to build a kit that's optimum for the situation. Sometimes it's going to be hot, sometimes it's going to be cold, sometimes
Yes.
it's going to be wet, sometimes it's going to be dry, sometimes it's going to be trees, sometimes it's going to be exposed. And I custom tailor my kit to what situation I feel as though I'm walking into, and I have a little bit of leeway in both directions to make sure that if conditions aren't exactly what I had expected, I have something that's going to fit the mold.
Yes, yes, you're right, totally right.
All right, so this takes me a little bit deeper into the knife conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So you've designed for Condor Tool and Knife. So
Yeah.
talk to us a little bit about your designs with Condor Tool and Knife, how you came to work with them, and also I'm curious, a couple of guys that have designed for them as well, Joe Flowers and Matt Graham. You have any experience with them? So let's hear what you have to say about it.
Okay, cool. Well, how I started working with Condor around 2017, I believe. And how did I get there? Because they were looking for someone like me. They want they wanted someone with military background, but also with, well, we were talking already about it, with a strong desire for to do or for or like for the primitive area. So that designer would be able to design tactical gear, tactical knife, also primitive knives, bushcraft knives. So they were looking for that kind of profile, and here I am. You know,
Perfect.
and my first designs, I think that I got them here. I can show you.
Yeah, let's take a look.
These were my first babies for Condor Tools and Knife. These were born in 2018, right? I'll put my beer here. The Selknam knife, the Selknam, right? Uh, this is a really heavy-duty knife. Take a look on, you see, it's like 5 millimeters. And the Selknam and the Toki, you see,
Nice.
those.
So similar profile, just one's scaled a little bit larger than the other.
Yes, and also, well, of course, the blades are different. This is sateen finish.
Yep.
This is a more classic finish.
Right. That's pretty.
Uh, yes, both have both are survival system, and actually the sheath is the same for both, which is the survival system sheath, the F3 sheath, right? And have this pocket with, a mini auto box fits perfectly inside. You can put your stuff there. It comes with a 1095 striker, both of them, so you can make a percussion fire. A loop, of course. It has this is for the storage cordage. It's not for to
Oh.
put it horizontally on your belt, right?
Huh.
This is a biosystem sheet. And both knife has a bolt divot there. Also has this notch, you see, for scrapping the ferro rod. And it is not a hot spot at all because it's in this area, so your hand never touch it, right? But this is the Doki, and the Selknam has the same specs, but also a coconut breaker there here. So
Uh-huh.
these one are my babies from 2018 for Condor Tools and Knife, right? We can talk about those specifically later, but um, those were my two first designs. And I was in the Condor booth in 2018 and Blade Show
Aha.
when those knives were launched, right?
Nice.
Yes, of course. I know Joe. I know Matt. They're really cool guys, and for me, it's an honor to be working with them.
Right. Ah, cool. So have you done any excursions with Joe?
We have made some excursion at the pit, the pit in
Yeah,
Glacier.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've been there too myself. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey,
No, no, we have
cheers.
not.
Cheers to the pit. Yeah, there you go. Ching.
I will be missing that this year, right? But
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
we have
exactly.
not yet
Exactly.
go outside together with Joe. Right?
Yep. Cool. So, and I mean, obviously we started talking because of the Pictus,
Pictures, yeah.
which, and I didn't realize that about the back of the sheath. And it's interesting you say that. So the same design. This is for cordage.
Actually, I put cordage in mine here so you can see.
Oh wow.
This is just only like about 200. That I mean 2.5 meters,
Yep.
but you can store more cordage. Yeah, it's just for you to see,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
That's the purpose.
No, very cool. And yeah, I think I commented, and you may have said, I know it was supposed to come with arrows. I got mine aftermarket, so unfortunately, I did not get the arrows.
Yeah.
So really cool.
Yeah, the arrows, the name of the model is Scythe. It's a Celtic or Gaelic,
Yep. Yep.
right?
Oh
Scythe.
well, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, so these sheaths have the design right on it, as well as matching the blade.
Yeah.
Is this your style? Is this something that you added, or is it influenced by the people at Condor?
No, no, it's absolutely 100% Walter Matthews stuff.
Cool.
All right. And I'm so glad that you asked about it because if you look on my designs, I will always put something about history on them.
Wow.
For instance, this one, the Selknam, the first one, the Selknam is a tribe, it's a, it's a aboriginal tribe in the extreme south of Patagonia. All right,
Oh wow.
Selknam, they are extinguished. They're no longer there. Right.
Oh no.
So I
Yeah.
want to honor the name because
Right.
one of my knife with that. And actually, this is a personalized knife.
Yep.
But the original design of my knife has uh,
Ah.
a sentence there.
Yep.
I don't know if you can read it, but
Yeah.
it's nomad from Tierra del Fuego. Tierra del Fuego, land of the fire,
Yes.
is the area where they used to live. So
Ah.
this is in the spine of my knife.
Wow.
I don't know why, but someone thought that it could be offensive for someone, and they didn't put it in an original design for to be sold to people. But I assure you that all the people would love to have exactly like it was designed
Yep.
with that motto there.
Yep.
So the Selman and the Toki, this Selman brother, has another sentence there. Toki was the leader, one of the leader. I mean, not no leader, but it was a rank among the inhabitants, natives of Chile, right?
Oh wow. Yep.
The Araucanos or Mapuche tribe, and the Toki was selected after a really hard test, including to be holding a huge log over the head for days, and the last man standing won.
Oh
Right?
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Badass guy. So
Huh.
Toki was the rank. And on the spine, I put just a part of a poem written by Alonso de Ercilla, which was a Spaniard conqueror. And when they tried to conquer Chile, he wrote a poem, and part of the poem says about the people from that place, the inhabitants of Chile. They say, "By king never ruled, nor foreign dominion submit," because
Hmm.
they were really tough warriors, you know. So I put that in the knife, but
Huh.
someone thought that it will be offensive. I don't know why, right? But I like
Uh,
to put some history in my knives.
right. Yeah, it's a shame sometimes political things get in the way, but I think the inspiration and the art is appreciated. So I'm glad we were able to share that with the audience.
So with the pictures, what I did was to, my in the Latin countries we use our second last name too, and my second last name is Campbell.
Aha.
And I was really into my ancestral history, and my grandfather all the time. I used to have my tartan and all the stuff from the Scottish clan of the Campbells. So I wanted to go through through my ancestors' history, and that's why I came up with the Pictus. The Picts were the first, the original Celtics from that area in Scotland.
Yep.
So I
Aha.
incorporated those concepts and put it in my knife.
Aha. Nice.
Yeah.
Ah, really cool. So, and real briefly, not to go too far into depth, but talk to me just about some of the geometry and your design philosophy, because I feel like your designs have some reoccurring themes through them. So that's obviously tying to your experience, what your intended use is for the knife, and how that translates into the geometry and the overall user experience.
Okay, well, it depends on what I want, what I expect for each knife. If you check the Bisonte, for instance, is one of my this is my last design, the Bisonte. Here, the Bisonte is quite different on the blade than the other ones.
Yeah.
It's more handy, you see. It's a candy grind. It's totally different than the other ones. They have a really the blade is too
The
no, it's
depth.
not thick,
The
depth,
depth.
right?
Yep.
That is depth. In difference of this one, because this is more for bushcraft, but in the geometry of the Pictus, I thought of for this knife to be a better tool, a mix between bushcraft and hunting skill. That is why it comes with arrow. All right. So some people that don't know why, or they don't understand my thought about it, say, "Oh, it's too depth." Yeah, because you can butch with this better than with a knife like this.
Mm-hmm.
See, so it's kind of a mix of a bushcraft knife. It has the length of the blade allows you, for instance, if you have not killed yet your prey, you can finish it with this. That's the point. It's a longer one than the rest. And the depth is for to make better butching on it. You got better pieces by having a blade with more depth.
It's
Right?
funny you say if you hadn't quite killed it yet. I noticed you're a fan of Alone. You probably saw that in one of the episodes.
Yes, actually, we'll be missing the episode for tonight.
It gives me something to do tomorrow.
Yeah, it's okay. And by the way, no, a lot of people know that, but I was top 22 for season 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. It really surprised me, but I got a call last year from ITV and inviting me to go to this.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I am a disciplined guy. I follow the rules. I can show you some pictures I have, but I just have few because they told me you cannot take pictures here of this boot camp and selection process at the last one, the last stage, because of course it's a secret who will be. Yeah. And guess what? I did that. I followed the rules.
Oh, so, no.
Yeah. So, but I made my way to top 22. It was a really good experience.
Yeah.
And it's great for me to see my bootcamp mates.
Yes.
Right there now.
Wow.
Sean, Corey Huck,
wow.
Roland Welker.
Yeah.
Keith Tires.
Well, I'll tell you what, the next trade show we all get to make it to, you'll probably be able to hang out with them again. So, nice.
Yes.
Really cool. Oh, that was great. So, Any other brands? I mean, are you only working exclusively with Condor, or you have any other brands in the making here? Or?
I love Condor. They were we are like great brothers with Condor.
Right,
I
right.
build I have built a great union with them. Yeah,
Yes.
and actually I have been in the company facilities. I think I visited the company in 2018 perhaps,
Yep.
right?
Wow.
And yeah, we have built a big company
Camaraderie.
trust. They are brother. But I was asked for Kudeman, like
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
5 months ago,
from Spain, right?
Spain, yeah,
Yeah.
5 months ago to do something. Actually, they sent me a knife there, so I can make some activity with it,
Uh-huh.
reviews, right?
Yep.
But they know I'm a Condor guy. I'm I always carry my brand for Condor. We have an
Uh-huh.
agreement with that, and I love that, by the way. But it doesn't. It's not forbidden for me to
Correct.
to work with some other
Right.
thing, that kind of stuff. But with my school, with my outdoors activities, uh, I always show Condor on those.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah,
No,
but
that's
the minds right now asking me for that, and I had
yeah.
for the
No,
review.
it's important to have a camaraderie and trust, and you understand their process and they understand you. So that's going to translate into the product that comes out. And it may not always be that way with somebody else. You need to be able to communicate effectively. You need to understand the manufacturing process. They have to understand your design elements to take your vision and translate that into a finished product that's going to work effectively. So when you gain that with a manufacturer, you're already a leg up. So run with what works, and if it makes sense to work with somebody else, it makes sense, and if it doesn't, hey, you got a good thing going with a great company.
Oh, yes, and it's also so interesting the way that a knife or Condor Tool knife born every year. It's a long
Hmm.
process. And actually, if you like, I could show you prototypes that were before of having the Tokyo, the Sagna, for instance. I
Right.
have I have those right there in my closet here.
Yeah.
So they you make your drawing. Um, I like to make it really professional. So I make a good design, a good drawing,
Yep.
and send to them. They produce a prototype. They send the prototype to me. I tested it. I put it under all the tests I can imagine, right?
Right.
And then send my observation back, and they make another one. So it takes like about three prototypes
Yep.
to get the final model born. But guess what? Even after that, we are also open to make some modifications. For
Right.
instance, the Toki and the Selnam, they were born both as a convex edge. But right now, this one, the new Toki and the new Selnam are saber grind.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Saber, right?
Interesting.
Yes.
For what, you want a little more slicing capability, or?
I tell you, of course, being as the grind they had before, it was the convex, it was a really resilient one,
Yeah. Right.
of course, but it was kind of difficult for the users to resharpen,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
So I was checking reviews and people and sending me emails, and I say, oh, you know what? I will give it a second thought. Like for instance, like the BK, the BK, what's the model? BA2.
Six. Which one? BK2.
Yeah,
The,
BK2.
the the thick one, 1/4 inch thick.
All right, and it's a
Right.
saber. All right. So
Yes.
we moved to that same concept because yes, it will be resilient enough, but
Yes.
also easier to sharpen.
Yeah, so
And
you end up with your primary grind and a secondary bevel versus the convex edge.
yeah, yes.
Got it.
Also, and also, well, we're going to review this another time, talking about specifically this knife, but also I extend a little bit the edge, the useful edge.
Beyond, like
Yeah.
further in the, so you moved your ricasso.
What I did was to close this angle.
Yeah.
Before was it was more open,
Aha.
you know, the curve.
Interesting.
I closed it, and we gained like 1 centimeter, and it was about because some observation of the clients, and I like
Interesting.
that.
Well, I think that's important. And one of the things as a reviewer, and I know you get into some of this as well, is it's great when you have a company that listens to customer feedback. That's
Absolutely.
a big, big deal.
Yes, we really care about it. Really care.
Nice.
Yes.
Great. Great. Very, very cool. All right. Well, I guess I only have a couple more questions for you. Other than knives, any other tools? Is there any other tools, axes, hatchets, saws? I mean, is there anything
Yeah,
else that you've been involved with?
I have designed, of course, neck knives,
Yeah.
secondary knives. There are like three more. Um, but and on special tools, I designed this. It is the oh, wow. This is the Tantar. It is a disassemblable harpoon.
Wow. It's like a frog. Is that like a frog gig?
I tell you, you can spear with it whatever you want, whatever you want. It's
Who
really
makes that? Is that Condor?
it's Condor, yeah, it's Condor. I designed this.
I
It's
want that. That's awesome.
it's one of my 2019 models.
And that's available now?
Yeah, it is from
Cool.
2019. The name is
Wow.
Tantar.
Nice.
Tantar.
Huh.
Well, also history. Tantar was the name of the Cahuéscar tribe, also from the Patagonia area.
Hmm.
They are really good fishermen. They used to call Tantar any spear with more than 2 points.
Ah.
So I recovered that name, you know, and
Interesting.
and I always thought about to have something this this kind of tool, but you can disassemble it, you know.
Show it right in the front so I can see it. So,
So
if
there
you,
is flat. You see, flat.
yeah, and what does it look like if you hold up? Let me see the, put it right in the middle so I can.
There,
The audience won't see it. You got to hold it in front of the, right in front of the camera.
there.
Yeah.
All right. Then that is the two parts. You see, two parts,
Interesting. Yeah.
and you put it here. Wait, like that.
Huh.
You see, it's really aggressive,
That's real cool.
really aggressive. And you take this, of course, and put it in a stick and make a nice spear with it. And you can then just do this,
Real
and
cool.
there, and that's it.
And
The
those
kind,
are little Kydex sheaths for them.
yes, yes,
Really
Tantor.
cool.
Also,
Hmm.
this was a special design. The Chile Marine Corps in 2018, and they became 200 years Marine Corps. They wanted to recover the concept of an old tool they used. It was the boarding hatchet.
Hmm.
But of course, nobody is doing all style boarding for ships, you know.
Right.
But they wanted a tactical hatchet, so I designed this one for them, and the name is Fortis Fidelis hatchet. Fortis Fidelis are two concepts in the motto of the Chile Marine Corps, which is Fortis Atque Fidelis, that means strong as well faithful. All right, and it has a kite sheath. You see? Oh, sorry.
Wow.
It's desert tan coat, a really aggressive spike there. Micarta handle, 7 millimeter thickness, right? It is 1075 high carbon steel. So someone could ask
Yeah.
why an amphibious unit has choosing to have high carbon steel instead of stainless steel,
Yep.
because of the durability,
Of
because of the
course. Yeah.
performance. Okay, so they choose to make a little bit more maintenance, but a better performance
I
for the.
agree 1,000%.
Yes,
Yep.
and the it has the Chile Marine Corps badge there, the Chile Marine Corps motto, and the year foundation there, uh, and has a guided sheath, as I said, with a leather-made mole system, so
Wow.
you can. It has the best durability with leather mole system,
Awesome.
so you can put it on your backpack. And I have some neck knives there too. A lot of some of the design I have done for Condor Tools and Knife. I plan to do more, of course.
Keep it up, man. Great work. Great work. Absolutely awesome.
Thank
So,
you.
well, I'm going to wrap this up by saying, first off, thank you very much for your time tonight. I think I've learned a ton about you. You're inspirational. I really appreciate you walking us through, all these different aspects of your life, about your ambitions, about your experience, your ability to teach and train and work with people, design. Man, I mean, at this point, what's next for Walter Matthews? What's the next step?
Well, the idea right now is to make the survival tool to the company I am attached here and now to grow, of course. Soon I will be conducting some private classes in the Utah area. I was
Oh,
called to do that, yes. And yeah, the idea is to grow up, to get more followers and fans, of course, and hopefully to have some other chances to go to some challenge. I would love to do that. And yeah, that's it.
you'll continue to grow and do the things that you love.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, before we go and before we wrap it up, I'd just like to give you the opportunity, let everybody know how they can find you.
All right. Well, but first of all, I would like to thank you, Eric, all right, for this opportunity and for your interest on my job, on my designs also. It has been my pleasure to be talking with you.
Thank you.
And I like a lot of your channel. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thank
yeah. I like the way you approach to the designs and like hands-on. I like that. So, and I'm looking forward to see you using the knife,
you. Absolutely.
course, right? So you can give me your thought about it, and remember that any observation, any idea, any question, I will be glad to get over that, right?
I
And
know how to find you, so I appreciate that. I'll definitely
yes,
reach out.
yes. And well, I want to invite everyone that's following you on your channel to follow my channel too. Some of the videos I have on my channel are in Spanish, but some, I think most of them right now are in English.
Hmm.
My English, you have to resist that, all right? but some of you also with subtitles, so it's okay. You
Yeah.
can also follow my Condor survival skills videos. It's a like a YouTube series with 2 seasons. We are now in season 2 with survival skills. Right, short videos like 3 or 4 minutes where I show you some skills and I give you some tips by spending 3 days in the wild from time to time. All right, and well, I tell you, you just put my name on YouTube, and also my Instagram is WM_survival, right? And here in the US, you can find me through nationalalertsecurity.com. That's the company with where I work for. As I also am the deputy in that company too. So that's it.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, again, Walter, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time tonight. That was fun. I look forward to seeing more from you. I'm really excited to see more of your designs. I love the work that you've done with Condor. I mean, I'm a knife guy and I'm a fixed blade guy. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, I naturally gravitate towards, your work and the things you do. And, I also have a great appreciation for survival. No matter what, I think if somebody's an outdoor enthusiast, survival can just resonate with them. It's
Yeah.
something that you need at least a little bit in your life, whether it's understanding of your surroundings, whether it's navigation or whether it's primitive skills or even advanced. At this point, people like yourself, as you mentioned, there's a lot of schools out there. There's a lot of training. There's a lot of resources. There's books. There's YouTube, and we're in a rich environment for knowledge right now. So gain the knowledge, put it in your head, and apply it when you need it.
Practice, yes, absolutely. And remember that back in the old time, so survival situation, that's something that it doesn't exist. It's just the daily life. But
Correct.
we have lost that knowledge, you know.
Yes.
That's a modern
Yes.
society. So we need to get back to that knowledge. Yeah.
That's absolutely right. So, well, Walter, thank you very much. I'm hoping this is just the beginning. And you know
I
what?
will.
I hope we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, see you. Thank you very much.
Take care now.
You too.